parted my legs. Oh, here we go. Hey internet, it's Jessica and welcome back to Pinewood Island with Ray's Roots. So in the last episode we finally established a romantic relationship with Ray, and it's pretty much confirmed through Matt's route that Ray is the killer. It's just that we never found him or knew like what exactly happened. So I'm hoping that along some of the way, like, Ray will like eventually confess to us, tell us what happened, or maybe we actually get to deal with him with the police, because the police never found him. And I was speculating maybe he had something to do with the island, which is why he was able to get away and hide, because like there's no way you could just escape and they wouldn't be able to find you. It's an island. Like, where would they? There's sharks in the water. Like, I don't get it. So that's why I'm speculating maybe his family own the island, possibly, and maybe that's why he's able to like get around secret areas or something of the place. Anyway, let's continue. I'm gonna spend one more time with Ray just to confirm the relationship, and then I will look for clues, because I know a lot of people wanted me to look for clues. Ooh, we're here. I was walking around the house aimlessly when I stepped into the greenhouse. Ray was there, sitting on the ground. He almost didn't seem to notice me at first, but when he did, he stood up. Hey Jessica, are you alright? You look a little distanced. I'm fine, really, just tired, I guess. Sure, Ray. Let me know if you ever need to talk, okay? With everyone on edge, things seems to be getting worse. I know what you mean. So really, if you need to talk, please, I'm here for you. Actually, I've been feeling really heavy lately. I know that sounds weird. I'm not sure what to call it, but when I feel like that, all I want to do is just sleep. I'm sorry. It's not something to apologize for. I know, I'm just not sure what to say. You don't have to say anything. I know it doesn't make any sense. Can I do anything to help? Distract me? You could sit with me a bit. Sure. How are you holding up? Keeping busy helps. That's true. I hugged myself and looked at the ground. You know, I think I understand what you said earlier about that weight. Jessica? Ray moves closer to me. I look up at him and he pulls me into his arms. Whatever gloom I had felt vanished. He was warm and smelled nice. It doesn't matter, man! Is this okay? Is this okay? Like, oh my god, you're supposed to ask first and then you're gonna say yeah for the sake of the romance. Yeah, of course. He sighed and held me closer. He rested his head against my hair and took a deep breath. I could feel his body relax. Ray? He pulled away slightly to look down at me. His face got closer, and when I closed my eyes, I felt his lips touch mine gently. I felt his grip on me tighten. I slipped my arms around his neck and felt his fingertips dig into my skin. We fell into the ground. Okay, we're gonna do it in the greenhouse all of a sudden. We fell onto the hard ground on the greenhouse. My elbow landed in a puddle, but I didn't really notice. Ray was kissing me and touching me. His hands darted around, as if desperate to touch every part of me. I tugged at his shirt, and he pulled back just far enough to tear it off. Whoa, okay. I saw that his skin was covered in scars. What? I opened my mouth to speak, but he kissed me instead. Whoa! Whoa! Oh no! His body is covered in... That's probably from his childhood, right? Because he said that his father was kind of a dick? Oh no. Just ignore them. Kiss me. Okay. I didn't even try to answer. Even if I wanted to, his kiss silenced me. His hand slid over my shirt and started to tug the straps of my bra, but there was a low rumble from Ray, and he tugged the cloth of my shirt and kissed my exposed skin. I squeezed my eyes closed and ran my hand along his shoulder and back. It felt rough and bumpy from the faded scars. His hands started to get rough, then gentle, and then back to rough. Oh my goodness, alright? It was as if he was fighting with himself. He started to pull at my clothing to remove it, so I helped. He tugged at my jeans. They came off easily. Then he was on top of me again, kissing me. My lips, my forehead, my neck, my jaw. His hands moved down and was trembling slightly. He parted my legs. Oh, here we go. Then I felt delightful. I'm sorry. Then I felt delighted pleasure that made me arch my back and moan in response. He leans in close to my ear and whispered, "Shh, someone might hear us." His voice was breathy and made me shudder. He ran his fingers across my lips before kissing me again. I bit my lip when he pulled away again, and I tried to not make too much noise. His movements made me lightheaded, and eventually I ended up chewing on my knuckle to keep myself from crying out. Oh my god. When we when we finished, he pulled me into a tight embrace and continued to kiss every inch of me that his lips could reach. He whispered my name over and over, and took only a few minutes for him to pull away and calm down. I started to get dressed, and when he saw me, he jumped and pulled his own clothes on. The scars. He didn't even want me to ask about them, but I was so curious. When he saw me gazing at his chest, he knelt beside me and took my hand. The scars have bad memories attached to them, Jessica. If you ask, I will tell you, but it'll hurt. I blinked. I couldn't ask him now, maybe another time. I nodded and smiled at him while poking him gently on the nose to lighten the mood. Let's get something to eat. I'm starving. He smiled. Kiss me yet again, and then help me to stand. I could make you something to eat, since you're hungry. Oh, no, Ray was an awful cook. I'm not really in the mood for food. Coffee. I could use a cup of coffee, though. Okay, I'll make you some. So he's a murderer and a terrible cook. That's nice. We started to pull our own clothes. I gave one last glance at his scars before he covered them. I was curious, but I didn't want to upset him. He seemed so happy. Like, I get it, like, we want to know, but at the same time, it's not gonna, like, work if, like, hey, tell me about your scars, you know? It might send him into another frenzy of, like, being violent, because clearly, I feel like the reason why he's so violent towards Kent was maybe triggering from his childhood, because he mentioned that his mother left his father, and then eventually he left his mother. So I'm thinking maybe the father was abusive to the mother, and that's why he attacked Kent for like trying to sexually abuse us. So I don't know. We'll see. Here, but isn't it kind of late for coffee? He handed me a warm cup of coffee. I took a sip before speaking. Yeah, but I've been having a lot of problems sleeping. The caffeine won't make any difference in that. Why haven't you been sleeping well? Nightmares. The same as everyone else, I'm sure. There's always a brief moment when I wake up to think, oh, it was all just a nightmare, but then I remember it's not. Can't do anything about nightmares. Why would you need to do something? If you're having problems sleeping, I wish I could fix it for you. I guess that sounds weird, but I hate thinking that you're suffering. It's not a big deal. How can anyone sleep with everything going on? I could sleep with you. What now? I mean, maybe it would help with the nightmares if I was there. Maybe. If he wasn't the dude who did it, I'd be like, yeah, sure, Ray, come into my room, but oh my god. Oh, maybe. Let me think about it, okay? I wasn't sure what the thought of that. I knew we had sex, but did I want to share my bed with him for the rest of the trip? Sure, just let me know. You haven't had any problems sleeping? No nightmares? I have always had issues with sleeping in nightmares, so I don't really know the difference. Really? His scars came back into my mind. Would now be an okay time to ask about them? Just what he had been through? It's not a big deal. Are you sure you're not hungry? I can make you something. I'm not much of a cook or anything, but no, the coffee is fine. He was as evasive as always. I didn't want to press him. If those scars, I just didn't want to dig up old wounds. The day is over, so I decided to call it a night. Okay, right now, I want to see if I can find clues, just for the sake of this. After a long, fruitless search around the grounds, I went back to my room to rest. I pulled off my jacket, but when I tossed it to the bed, it fell into the floor. When I bent over to grab it, I saw something that made me freeze. I kneeled beside the two small, dark red drops on the carpet near my bed. Could it be blood? Why was there blood in my room? This couldn't be good. It could be something else, maybe just an old stain. I told myself not to worry about it. The day is over, so I decided to call it a night. Oh, that's right, because we didn't search the bedroom with Matt, so we didn't know about that. I woke up feeling more rested than the day before, but I was still exhausted. I suppose it was the time to go downstairs and get some coffee. Okay, this is the part where we're gonna build a fire, and it's not gonna end well. Okay, let's see if I grab Joey instead of Jesse like the last time I did. I grabbed Joey to pull him away from Jesse. He jerked away from me when I grabbed him, pulling us both straight into the heart of the signal fire. Oh, okay, we die. The next thing I knew, it was horrible beat. I sucked in the smoke, trying to scream. The weight of the logs fell on top of me, hurting everything hurt. I couldn't breathe. Closed my eyes and slowly everything faded to black. You died from the burns and smoke inhalation while trying to stop Joey and Jesse from fighting. Cheer up though, you earned the burnt to death ending. Well, I was about to give up when I saw the slightest glint of light caught my eye. I walked closer and saw a large knife tucked into the bushes. Okay, we're gonna should I take the murder knife? I think I should take it and like ask Ray about it. I'm gonna do that. I want to see what happens. We only have a few more days and the boat will be here. Don't any of you care about what's been happening? Of course we care. We need to try our best to stay calm so we don't do anything drastic. Look at what happened to the others. We're hurting ourselves more than the murderer would have. Jessica, you know what? It was you. What? It's all because of you. Susan, please calm down. You were in the house alone with Kent when he died. No one else was in the mansion. We were all out on the beach. You can't be serious. After what he did, coming onto you like that, maybe you wanted revenge, or you were mad that I interrupted you when you were with him. When he turned you down, you stabbed him. You're crazy. Jessica, you did have the motive and opportunity. It had to be you. Susan, even if she did it, right now, we all need to stay calm and let the police deal with it after the boat comes. See? You think it was her too. Susan, you need to calm down. You're only saying that because of what's going on between you two. Everyone knows about you and Ray. It's not like you two have been discreet. You need to back off now. Please, Susan, this isn't helping. I really do think someone who came onto the island left after the murder. If it was Jessica, there's still nothing we can do about it now. What do you want to accomplish exactly? She needs to admit it. Jessica, admit you did it. Okay, I'm not even going to dignify with that response. I would say fuck up, but that's for Matt. I don't even know what to say to any of you right now. I'm leaving. I tried to leave, but Susan grabbed my arm. Oh, you can't just run away from this. If it is me, then what are you gonna do about it? What? There's nowhere you can lock me up. Are you going to kill me? You admit it then? Believe what you want. I'm going to my room. Ooh, get wrecked, Susan! Susan burst into tears as I turned to head towards my room. Let them believe what they wanted. I didn't care anymore. Dang! A few hours passed. I spent most of the time pacing and trying to settle myself down. I knew I didn't kill anybody. When the police came, they'd see it wasn't me, with fingerprints or something. Are you hungry? Yes, I am. Ray handed me a plate, and I looked at it for a moment. I was hungry. I just didn't feel like eating. Ray, everyone thinks it was me. They're wrong. How do you know? Let me put it this way then. Even if it was you, I wouldn't care. He had it coming after what he did to you. Ray! That just sounds so suspicious. Like, oh, I don't care. He had it coming. What the fuck? Okay, I need to save. Hang on. I wonder what will happen if I say you're right. Like, if I agree with Ray? I want to know what happens. I'm gonna say that. I won't lie. I'm glad he's dead. Ray looked away from me for a moment. His eyes seemed distant. He wanted to. He was going to hurt you. Ray, I feel like this is paranoia is eating away at everyone. Why should we even be worrying about the murderer? We've been in a bigger danger to ourselves than whoever killed Kent. That's true. Ray, stay with me, at least until nightfall. Okay. Damn, you can even see him like freaking out. Like, how does our MC not understand that? Like, oh jeez. Ray and I sat in the room playing cards and chatting. He seemed to be trying really hard to lift my mood. When we started to get tired, he left to go to his room. Managed to fall asleep. I heard a noise and opened my eyes. I leaned up to look around. It was dark and I couldn't tell what was going on. Okay, I took the knife, so this bitch is gonna, you know, blame me for the knife. What's wrong? Susan was in my room. What? She had lost it. She went digging through my room, looking for proof that I was the killer. She found a knife, but I only found that in the bushes outside. I was holding it to give to the police. She had no right to go into your room like that, whether she found something or not. I know, I'm just freaking out right now. Jessica, do you think it's possible that Susan is a culprit? Maybe she's trying so hard to blame you so she can get away with it. I thought about Ray's words and what I had learned. Did I really think Susan killed him? She was the last person to see Kent alive as far as I know. Maybe she really is the best option. I trust your judgment. If you say it was her, then it was her. What do I think? Automatically, it was Susan. Okay, I want to say it doesn't matter. I want to see what happens. Ray, I'm glad at least I have you here. I'll always be here for you, okay? He opened his arms, and I leaned my head against his chest. Okay. I was relieved to know that Ray trusted me, with not even the trace of doubt. It hurt that the others didn't seem convinced of my innocence, but at least I had Ray. Spent the day with Ray. He tried to keep my spirits up, and we kept each other busy. I tried not to let Susan's misplaced suspicion get to me, but it wasn't easy. When I stepped outside my room, I saw Ray there, waiting for me. Jessica, did you sleep okay last night? I'm so tired. Let's go get some breakfast. Do you want me to cook for you? No, why don't you let me cook for you instead? He's like, please, I don't want food poisoning. Really? I didn't have the heart to tell him that I was only offering because his cooking was terrible. Of course, how do you like your eggs? We spent the morning together and the rest of the day. I avoided the others for the most part. The day is over, so I decided to call it a night. Ray came into my room. Let's hang out on the beach today. We can have a picnic. It'll be fun. Sure, sounds great. We gathered some snacks and an old blanket. I was glad Ray had thought of this. Starting to really like the ocean, I think. You didn't like it before? Aren't you a local? Never spent a lot of time near the coast. Don't look sad. Sit with me. I'm not sad. I can't be sad. Not while I'm with you. I'm not sad, and his face is all frowning. When we get back to the mainland, I'm going to get my hands on my guitar and play something for you. Oh? You plan to serenade me? Yeah. Would you like that? Yeah, sure. No. What will you play? Something gentle and pure like you? I chuckled and lay back in the sand. We spent a nice day on the beach. We had a lot of fun and I enjoyed Ray's company. The day is over, so I decided to call it a night. I was almost surprised not seeing him waiting for me in the hallway. For once, maybe he was still asleep. I looked at Ray's closed door. I shouldn't wake him if he's sleeping, but I kind of wanted to. I knocked on the door softly, and when there was no answer, I opened the door. Sure enough, he was still asleep. He was sprawled out like entangled in blankets in his underwear, and I couldn't help but gasp. He was covered in scars, and I noticed them before, but I was a little distracted at the time. Now that he was asleep, I could look without feeling like I should have rubbed my eyes, and it made my stomach twist into knots. I wanted to ask about them really badly, but he hated talking about his past. I crept closer for a better look, and my hands lowered to touch one of his arms. I moved without really thinking. My hand gently brushed his skin, and then there was a flurry of moments. Ray jerked back and grabbed me at the same time. I yelled, but as soon as he opened his eyes, he released my arm. Jessica, I'm sorry. I was sleeping and It's fine. I must have startled you. I normally don't sleep so deeply. I should have heard you come in. Don't worry about it. Did I hurt you? He looked down at my arm where he grabbed me, but I was fine. No, What? Ray turned away from me and hunched over. He shoved his hand in his hair and started breathing heavily. I can't believe I did that. What if I had... Ray, are you okay? I'm fine, really. I just startled you. Jessica. He turned back around and pulled me into his arms. He buried his face in my hair and held me tightly. I'm so sorry. It's really not a big deal. Why is he so upset about this? It startled me, but it wasn't really big of a deal, was it? I might have hurt you. I couldn't live myself if I did that. Only monsters hurt sweet, kind people like you. Demons. He sounded so dramatic, but so serious at the same time. I wasn't sure what to say, so I stood there and letting him cling to me. I'm going to get dressed now. Ray hurriedly put on his clothes and then took my hand. Come on, I'll make you breakfast. Oh god, please no. His cooking! And so, the deep fear of the MC is not the fact that Ray's the murderer, the fact that he can kill us with his cooking. I was thinking I'd cook for you this morning. He looked at me. Oh, I'll get better at cooking eventually. Ray, you don't have to cook for me and do things for me all the time. I like you, really. Just hang out with me and be yourself. You don't have to try so hard to make me like you. Just not sure how to show that I care about you. Trust me, I can tell. Now come on, I'll make us some breakfast. We ate a quick breakfast, which was edible thanks to Ray not insisting on cooking, and then headed onto the beach. I really wanted to know about those damn scars. The beach would be a good place to ask, since there wasn't any chance we would be overheard easily. I sat in the sand beside Ray, and we looked out on the waves. Ray, why do you have so many scars? I noticed him tense up. He didn't say anything, and for the moment, I thought he was just going to ignore me. Most of them were from my dad. Some were from when I ran away from home. I got into some fights. I knew it! Your dad? Is that why you don't like to talk about that stuff? My dad was not a good person. He did some horrible things. I don't like to talk about it or think about it. Sometimes I worry I'll be like him. Like when I grabbed you. You were asleep. It was instinct. You've never been anything but kind to me. It's good to hear you say that. I promise I will never hurt you. We fell into an uncomfortable silence, and I tried to chase away the dark thoughts. The day is over, so I decided to call it a night. After Ray and I grabbed a quick bite to eat, we headed back into my room with a deck of cards. Ray kept shuffling the cards. Ray, what's wrong? I need to tell you something. Oh shit! Wait, is he gonna confess? What is it? You'll hate me after this. I have to tell you, but I don't want you to hate me. Ray teared up, shocking me. Ray? Promise me that you won't hate me. I can't hate you, I love you. Please just tell me. Shit, I need to save. Okay. First I'm gonna say I can't hate you, I love you. Because I feel like that will be much more guaranteed that he'll, like, confess to us. So I'll say this first. Jessica? Oh, yeah. I do, though. Sorry to just... He pulled me into a tight embrace. I love you, too. He took my hands and looked into my eyes. I did it. It was me. I killed the professor. Yikes! That's not funny. I'm sorry, Jessica. What was going on? How? Why? I saw him corner you that night. I knew you were in danger. He acted like he was going to go back to his room, but he could have just gone up to your room. There were no locks. You were vulnerable. I saw him try to force himself on you, and I saw red. I didn't really think. I waited for Susan to leave, and I followed him into his room. Ray? I wasn't going to let him hurt you. He just reminded me so much of my father. I knew it! So he was the reason why he killed the guy, because he was like the dad. An alcoholic. I'm assuming, like, the dad was an alcoholic and just very abusive. And no one ever stopped, and I didn't know the phones weren't working. I didn't know that Mary, Joey, and Jesse... I swear, I didn't want anyone else to get hurt. But I had to protect you. Ray searched in my eyes. I had to say something. God, what should I say? He killed Kent. What do I think about that? Jessica, please say something. Give me a chance to collect my thoughts, okay? Please, can you do that for me? Okay, I'll come back tonight. If you hate me now, I won't hold it against you. Shit, what now? Should I tell the police? Should I convince Ray to confess? Okay, hang on, I'm gonna say, again. Okay, here's the deal with it. Like, I do feel bad for Ray that he had to deal with an abusive household, but it doesn't excuse the fact that he murdered someone. You know what I mean? That's not okay. I don't give you a free pass just because you had a horrible childhood. That doesn't give you a free pass to kill anybody. So no, I don't forgive Ray, and I don't think Ray, deserves to be scot-free. I really do believe he has to confess. I can't tell the police Ray will go to jail. Ray may not confess. I have to tell the police. Let's try we'll cover Ray first and then the police ending, because I want to see how this will go. I can't tell the police Ray will go to jail. He didn't deserve to go to jail. Yes, he does. He wanted me to still love him. Could I do it? Stay with Ray, don't stay with Ray. Okay, I'm gonna try going full all the way, because I want to know the full extent of this, since he just confessed he's the murderer. I'd stay by his side, no matter what happened. After what he did, Ray said he wanted to protect me. What did I think about that? Was it misguided, or... I shouldn't have taken it so far. Ray protected me. The professor was the real criminal. Oh dear. Either way, there was no good answers. Ray would come back in a few hours. I needed to tell him something. If only he hadn't told me. Though, would have that been really better then? My thoughts just kept going in a circle, and I eventually buried myself under the blanket and tried my best to wake without going crazy. There was a gentle knock at the door. I opened it, but I already knew it was Ray. Now or never, I have to tell him something. I won't tell anyone that was you, okay? I promise. I still want to be with you, Ray. I still love you. Jessica, what are you gonna do now? I don't really know. What do you mean? When the police come, what if they find out it was you? How will you convince them that it wasn't you? Help frame I'll help you frame Susan. She's the best suspect. Wow. Do you think the police will find out? What are you gonna do if they catch you? What are you gonna do if they catch you? I don't think they'll ever find out it was me. But don't worry, Jessica. They won't find out it was me. Jessica, my father, he was a really bad man. I watched him hurt a lot of people, especially women. I always stayed away from girls because I thought I'd grow up to be just like him. But now, it's so awful. I wanted to keep my distance from you, but I kept finding myself getting closer. Being with you makes me feel like life isn't just about pain and survival. I'm not actually a student. Oh! Who was the one in the comment section said that you didn't think Ray was a student? You're so right! Oh my god! I'm not actually a student. I just snuck into your classes and I coned my way into the trip. I'm a local, but I don't really live anywhere. I sleep in the commons and steal food to get by. Ray, I had no idea. I'm young enough that I blend in with the other students, so the police don't bother me too much here. I was content just to survive, but not anymore. I'll try to get a job when we get back to the mainland. I don't have any records or anything. Right, it's okay, I'll help you. What the hell? I don't deserve you. I no longer had words, so I just kissed him. When my lips touched his, I felt his body relax. He held me tight. What? Like, I understood the part, like, oh my god, so he wasn't a student, he's just some homeless guy. But I don't get, like, why he kept going into our classes, why he kept following us. That's so weird, and that's what I'm thinking, is he just a stalker? What the hell? Ray stayed with me all night long. I spent a lot of time crying and asking him countless questions. He opened up about his life, his past, and the night of the murder. He only told me what I wanted to know. I fell asleep in his arms, exhausted and anxious. Tomorrow the boat would come, and then everything would come crashing down. Oh god. Today was the day. The boat would be here soon. When the boat came, there was a whirlwind of questions, accusations, and attention. It was almost like a dream, but then there was something that would snap me back into reality of it. Before I knew it, a year had passed. 1 year later. Oh! What? Ray and I sat on our couch and I read a book while he strummed something on the guitar. I wasn't sure what song it was, but it was pleasant to listen to. I tensed when I heard the sirens, then I put my book down and to look to Ray. He frowned at me and shook his head. It's okay, they're just driving by. I guess I shouldn't be so paranoid. The case is thought to be unsolved, and they really only looked at Susan as a suspect. You can relax, really. Everything will be fine, I promise. I nodded and went back to my book. I didn't know what happened to Carl or Matt. Ray and I moved to Vegas as soon as we could. We worked in a casino while I finished my degree online. Despite my constant worrying about Ray getting caught, it never happened. There were days where I felt like a little overwhelmed by the truth, but I know Ray did only what he did because of what the professor had done, or what he tried to do. I didn't think I could fault him for that, even if other people would. I love you, Jessica. I looked up, and my darkening thoughts dispersed. If there was only one thing I knew I could always count on. I love you too. The end. You romance Ray and got Jessica and Ray live with their secret sending. Okay, so that was like the secret ending for this, where we actually just like pretend nothing was wrong. I don't really like that. Like, cause you're basically giving Ray a free pass because he just fucking killed somebody and he's stalking you. I don't like that one. I really don't like that ending. Okay, let's try if we tell the police. I actually want to know what happens there. Ray may not confess. I have to tell the police. He committed a crime. He needs to face the consequences. He wanted me to still love him. Could I do it? Don't stay with Ray. Let's do that too. No matter what I did, I couldn't stay with him. After what Kent did, Ray said he only wanted to protect me. What did I think about it? Was it misguided or... Ray shouldn't have taken it so far. I can't be with you anymore. I'm sorry. And I have to tell the police what you've told me. Jessica. Ray, I'm sorry, Ray. I just can't. I was really hoping that you wouldn't say that. Please, just don't tell the others. When the police come, I'll confess. I don't want to make a big fuss. I won't tell them, but they'll find out eventually. Ray nodded and turned to leave. I know, but I don't want them to take that knowledge out from you for getting mixed up with me. His words hit me hard in the chest. I turned back into my bed and crawled under the covers. I didn't want to cry, but the tears came anyway. I cried for myself, and for Ray, and for everyone else. How had everything gotten so screwed up? I spent the rest of the day closed off in my room. Ray sat a plate of food outside my door, but I ignored it. I didn't want to eat. I just wanted this damn trip to be over already. Everything was ending, and I needed to prepare myself for what was to come. Okay, so boat came 1 year later. I heard a creak, followed by footsteps. I looked up and saw him at the doorway. I said nothing and averted my eyes. I knew he hated that. I got you something to eat. I'll leave it where you can reach it. You can't stay mad at me forever. I'm only doing this to protect you. What? He set the food down near me, and when I went to the other corner of the room, he picked up his guitar, and my heart dropped. I hated when he played, because it always sounded so beautiful. I'd probably die here listening to pretty music played by that lunatic. What? You romanced Ray and got the Ray and Jessica are together forever ending. Forever and ever and ever and ever. Wait, what happened? Is he just following us? What? Ew, is he just stalking us? No, that's not okay. I don't like that. What the fuck, dude? I need to teach you how to play poker real well. You're crazy good at it. I made some money on that. They're supposed to open a casino on the boardwalk. Maybe I'll try to get a job. What about college? Oh, I might just drop out. I don't really like it. Yeah, okay, freaking no student. You don't even exist in the school. Wow, really? Yeah, it's not a big deal. I like to play cards and guitar. Maybe... Have you ever thought about moving to Vegas? Me? No. I mean, it's never crossed my mind. Maybe I could take you there sometime. I've never been, but I bet it's nice. Yeah, we should totally go there. It would be a lot of fun. The police would find out who the real killer was. Susan would realize she was wrong. And me and Ray, well, we could take that vacation to Vegas together. Okay, 1 year later with this ending again. I gasped and sat up. I was in my bedroom, home, in my apartment, alone. The nightmares were getting worse. It had been a year and I still dreamed about bloody things. Everyone else seemed to have moved on, for the most part. Susan was under heavy suspicion, but no one proved anything. The murder remained unsolved. As far as the public was concerned, there's more sorts of conspiracies popping up about it, but I had tried to ignore those. I didn't know whatever happened to her, or Matt, or Carl, either. I lost touch with them shortly after the circus of trials ended. Oh, and Ray? Thinking about him made my chest hurt. When everything was over, he had vanished. He didn't say goodbye or anything, and I still worry about him. It was exposed that he wasn't actually a student, but that didn't matter to me. Oh my god, girl, you need to realize this guy was a stalker. If only he had told me why, or... I sighed and found my way through my thoughts as best I could. This wasn't helping. I needed to sleep. Tomorrow I would make an appointment to the doctor and ask him for more of those sleeping pills he had prescribed before. I couldn't keep waking up like this. So yeah, Ray and Jessica are peaceful. Bad ending. Is there no ending where he gets like arrested for this? Like what? Okay guys, I'm gonna end the Let's Play here. I'm pretty sure there's one more ending, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. My thoughts on this game... It was interesting. I did like the story. I'm just not sure if I like Ray's route, more specifically for his good ending, because his good ending is like he basically got away with murder. And like I'm not really okay with it because it's just like I get it, the guy had a troubled past, but it doesn't excuse the fact that 1, he murdered the professor, 2, he's stalking our character, and 3, we're just like, oh don't worry, it's fine. Like that's the MC, it's fine. So, I think I didn't really like that part. It was interesting though, leading up to his confession that he was the one who did it. I did find that interesting. It sucks that he had a bad childhood, but it still doesn't excuse the fact that he did it. So yeah, I'm just gonna end the playthrough here. If you guys want to get the game yourself, the link is in the description. You can check out Carl's route. I think there's one for Susan, I'm not entirely sure. But you can get the game in the description and play it yourself. And thank you to Scribble Games for giving me a Steam key to Pinewood Games. I did enjoy your game, I did like it. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to join the companions. And if you'd like to help support the channel on Patreon, the link is in the description. Get early access to videos are Patreon only, the Discord server to come talk to me, and a bunch of other stuff as well. Or if you would like to help the channel for free, please check out Gawkbox, gawkbox.com/AGirlAndAGame, and you can support the channel for free and I don't have to worry about anything. Please let me know in the comments what you guys thought about Ray's route, Ray's character, his past, and how the endings were. I know I didn't get to all the endings, but just let me know how you guys think, because I know a lot of you were mixed about, you know, how you felt about Ray, which is totally understandable because after we found out what he did in Matt's route, it made a lot of sense. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hey internet, it's Jessica, and welcome to November's channel update video thing. But anyway, I just wanted to update you guys on stuff that has been happening or develop another character. Video game deaths can be tragic. Here are 6 sad character deaths from video games. Roman, Grand Theft Auto 4.